I think when I done the injury, I knew it was a bad one at the time, and then it was just about finding out what it was and then seeing how long I'd be out for. As soon as I knew it was, I was going to be out of time, I kind of accepted it. I didn't know if I was going to be in the squad. Obviously, there's always talks, and I might have been close. But it's just, it happened for a reason. I wasn't in there for a reason, and I think it was then about me getting fit and continuing the form, to get me into this summer camp.
But when the manager names you and says you would have been in, do you go, I can't believe it? Or does that give you extra motivation? You think, okay,
I think it does a bit of both. Obviously,
dream of playing for England seem a world away.
Yeah, a million miles away. At the time, it was conference football, playing for my local team, and that was it. I didn't have any. Obviously, you have dreams, but you don't think of someone from Hereford. To get a move to Hull in the first place. It was just kind of like I said, playing for my local team and just playing week in, week out in the conference. So, sometimes I sit back and look back at where I've come from, and especially being in an England camp now. I've got sounding big-headed, take my hat off to myself for where I've come from to where I am now. When I was 17 playing for Hereford, you look at Jamie Vardy, Tyrone Mings, those players that also didn't come through an academy set up, and they was playing in the top leagues and playing for their country. So you kind of just, you don't really think of it in that sense. You're just playing your football, and if you're good enough and you've got the work ethic, then it'll take you a long way. Yeah, no, it was definitely difficult, especially with things that happened before with trials and youth teams being told that that it was getting scrapped, and then to be playing a few games at the end of the season, even though wasn't getting paid. It was, I think, the group we had then, it was about keeping Hereford in the division, which was the main aim, and we done that. And then the sad news of the club kind of folding kind of come in and just killed the whole group. But yeah, I got a couple of lucky breaks, so to speak, in terms of people knowing people. But I think it just goes back to that work ethic and just wanting it as I wanted it more than anyone. Yeah, I think it was about just improving on what I'd done last season. Last season was my first full Premier League season, and it was kind of get your foot in and see where you are in terms of goals, assists, and then this season it was about showing more what I'm about, getting my numbers even higher, and like I said, just I set myself high standards, so it was about reaching those high standards.
Do you expect him to stay at West Ham next season?
I don't see it as a distraction for Dec. I think it just goes to show the steps he's made in the past probably 2 years since the Euros final. I think the Euros Dec really showed what he's about, and I think people started to understand him a bit more and realise how good he is. And I see it every day in training. I've seen how good he is that Euro season, this season as well. He's gone on to another level. And of course, you want to play with the best players, and I want to play with Dec, at my club and at the country as well.
Let me go back to you. It's quite a time to win your first call-up when there's 6 games to go until the World Cup squad's announced. I mean, how much is that in your thoughts? No,
of course I've thought about it, but it's about this is my first camp, and for me it's not about wanting to just come and go. It's about wanting to come, show what I'm about, and cementing my place here. I think that's my main message for myself. But of course I've got to respect it's my first camp, but I think my main aim is to show what I'm about and respect that I'm here on merit. Yeah, definitely. The Nation Leagues is a great tournament as well, and as a country you want to be in as many tournaments as possible and be successful in every single tournament. So great games coming up, and to be part of it as well, it's really special. Yeah, I went to the knockout game last in the Euros in summer, and watched that game, and the atmosphere in the game then was incredible. So now to be maybe playing a part of it as well, yeah, it's really special. I think you'd be lying if I said I hadn't dreamt about it, and I think everyone, like I said before, everyone's got a dream of playing for their country when they grow up. To play in it in the best tournament obviously is my dream, and like I said, it's my first camp, and I've got to come in and show the manager and the coaches what I'm about.